Have you ever wondered if you'd actually be smarter than someone from 500 years ago? I mean, if you took a modern-day person and dropped them into the 1500s, would they outwit everyone in the room, or would they be completely out of their element? Let's dive into this clash of modern minds versus our ancestors and see what smart really means across the centuries. First off, here's a surprise. Our brains haven't actually changed much in the last 500 years. Biologically, my mind and yours are pretty much running the same hardware as those of people in the Renaissance. So if it's not the brain itself, what makes us feel so much more advanced? It's all about the environment. Today, I have instant access to a mind-boggling amount of information. If I get curious about, say, quantum mechanics, I can find videos, podcasts, articles, and even entire online courses at my fingertips. Contrast that with someone from 1525, who might have learned almost everything they knew from local tales, handwritten manuscripts, or, if they were lucky, a rare book from the newfangled printing press. The opportunities to learn were just, well, tiny compared to now. And then, there's education. These days, I've been trained to think critically, to look for evidence, and to ask tough questions. Most people 500 years ago learned what their parents or their community taught them, sometimes really well, but often within a pretty narrow field. Today we celebrate being a jack of all trades. Schools push us to dabble in science, math, history, and art, and workplaces expect us to handle information from all sorts of directions. That's a huge leap in how we use our brains. It's like our world has given us cognitive superpowers, tools, methods, and mental frameworks that people in the past couldn't even imagine. Culture plays a huge role too. Back then, knowledge was often kept close, guarded by families or guilds. Today, it's almost the opposite. We collaborate across continents, share breakthroughs in real time, and celebrate creativity. So it's not really that I, or anyone else today, is born smarter. It's that we've built this high-octane environment that brings out more of our potential. You might have heard of something called the Flynn effect. It's the steady rise in average IQ scores over time. But before we pat ourselves on the back, those gains mostly reflect better nutrition, education, and a more complex society, not some sudden jump in our genetic intelligence. In fact, if you took a baby from the 1500s and raised them today, they'd probably do just fine. It's the times, not our brains, that have changed. So, are modern minds really smarter? Maybe. But mostly it's the amazing tools, global access, and collective knowledge that make us seem that way. Our brains are running old-school hardware in a cutting-edge world. And that's what lets us innovate, solve problems, and imagine futures that people 500 years ago could barely dream of. If you want to dig even deeper into how tech or education has shaped our thinking, or hear some wild stories from the past, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and keep those modern minds curious.